Funny rabbit. Funny rabbit.
Oh, get off! Mind the blazer! Oh. Ah. No! Stop it! Get off!
What's the name of the show?
Funny rabbit?
No! What's the name of the show?
Funny rabbit.
No! What's the name of the show?
Funny rabbit!
No! It's amusing badger, bitch.
Please welcome to the stage your host for this evening. He's fat, he's hairy, he's not Olly Double. It's Daniel Lambert! How we doing? All right? Good. Now, first of all, I have to address the obvious fact. Did anyone come here thinking they were seeing Funny Rabbit tonight? You sure? There must be one of you.
I did.
Cheers, the fellow Alex. Well, just so you know, my name ain't Olly Double. It's Daniel Lambert. And this ain't Funny Rabbit. It's amusing badger, bitch! Now, I am your host for this evening. I come with a bit of a warning though, however. I am partially deaf. Now you're probably wondering, what are they doing asking the deaf guy to host? Well, if you're thinking that, fuck you. Alright? I'm more than capable. Alright? I'm fed up of being ostracised for being partially deaf. I had it at work the other day, so I work at Compere Historic River Tours. Cheers, my fellow co-workers. Now, I've just passed my Bowman licence, so cheers. So I'm a licensed tour guide now, and before we start our tours, we have to do a bit of health and safety. Now, it's the usual crap. Keep your arms and legs inside the boat. Please remain seated. Mind your heads. We go under some low bridges. Now, as part of my health and safety briefing, I have to say, by the way, I'm partially deaf. So if I don't hear you, don't worry. I'm not being rude. I've got my hearing aids in. I can hear you. It's okay. Now, one of my first tours I did, after getting my licence, a woman literally turned around to me and went, "Good for you." Now, I don't know about you, Canterbury, but if I had no arms, I think it'd be more impressive if I could row a boat. Not the fact that I can't hear. Ostracised for being deaf, can't believe it. Now, what's the other thing? Oh, yeah, the other reason why these pricks at the back have asked me to MC is because if you try and heckle me, I won't be able to hear you, right? So, go on, Canterbury. Try your best. You've got a free range to say whatever you like. Come on.
You're shit! Don't listen to him.
Someone from the audience this time?
You look like Jack Black.
Again, someone from the audience. Come on, Canterbury, heckle me! Now, the punchline of that joke was, I wasn't going to be able to hear you, you idiot! But I didn't heckle me, Canterbury. Cheers. Now, I don't actually have my hearing aids in tonight. That's because when I first got my hearing aids, the doctors told me, if you're going anywhere loud, don't wear them. It'll hurt your ears, it'll do more damage than good, so don't bother. So I haven't got them in tonight. Alright, so again, if you try and heckle me...
You're shit!
Cheers, Canterbury. No, but after a long day at work, I do actually take my hearing aids out, and it becomes a real a pain for my fiancée, because she'll go, "Daniel, you haven't got your hearing aids in." I'll go, "What?" She'll go, "Daniel, you haven't got your hearing aids in." And I'll go, "What?" She'll go, "Daniel, you haven't got your hearing aids in." Oh, fair enough, sorry, I should probably pop back in there, shouldn't I? Brilliant, so that's the deaf material. So we've got 13 up-and-coming acts for you tonight. Some of our performers have never done stand-up before. Ooh, indeed, Canterbury, ooh, indeed. We've got some UKC Stand-up Comedy Society legends performing for you tonight. We've got some prop comedy for you. And we've got some PowerPoint comedy for you. And we've also got motherfucking Tom Jones. Tom Jones is doing stand-up on this stage tonight, Canterbury. Why is no one excited about the prospect of Tom Jones doing stand-up? There we go. Thank you, Canterbury. So I said up-and-coming acts because a brilliant thing happened to me recently. I was doing a gig with another member of the society, I won't mention, Roy Clarke, and at said gig, I was actually asked for my photo. I know. So let me set the scene for you, Canterbury. We arrive in the treasure trove of Kent, that is Lenham. Absolute banger of a place to go, Canterbury. Absolutely recommend it. Lovely day trip out to Lenham Social Club, nothing beats it. So we arrived at Lenham Social Club. It was like fucking Narnia when you walked in, alright? You walk in the first door, then there's 2 more doors to choose from. Right? One door saying adult room. The other door that said family room. Now, under the assumption that we were going to be doing stand-up comedy, we thought we were in the adults room. So we opened the door, and we just saw a pub. And we thought, no, there's got to be some sort of stage, right? We retreated just to make sure it can't be in the family room. We opened the door of the family room, and lo and behold, there's a stage. And fucking 3-year-old kids running about. And what makes it even better, there was a toy box on the fucking stage. So we entered the room thinking, okay, so we're going to be performing to 3-year-olds while playing with a Fireman Sam truck. So it was a great idea. It was, yeah, we were looking forward to it. A bit apprehensive, but we're looking forward to it. So we do the show. Both I and the comedian that I'm not going to mention, Clarke, we were both in the first half of the show, and then in the interval we were just sitting and we were just chatting, minding our own business. Next thing I know, a woman's come up to me, she's gone, "Oh, can I have your photo? I recognise you, I've seen you before, can I have your photo?" Yeah, I am just bigging my ego up by saying someone wanted my photo, all right? So I said, yeah, absolutely. It was the first time someone had asked for my photo, so I said, why not? Bit of a laugh, why not? So she did that thing, she was getting the camera ready. Right, in that moment when you're going to take a group photo, but you ask one of the group to not be in the photo and to take it. So she looked at me, she looked at Roy and went, "Can you take it?" Ooh, sorry, no, the act that I'm not going to mention, they gave the phone to the act I wasn't going to mention, Roy, but anyway, so, and so, the act I'm not going to mention, not Roy, got ready, and she started getting like, proper ready for this photograph, right? Doing whatever people do to get ready.
Yeah.
Stop it. So she was all ready, and then I just was kind of like... So I decided to do this. Now that person has a photo of me sticking my thumb up. Brilliant, brilliant. So up and coming, yeah, we're up and coming because someone asked for my photo. Now, what else do I have to say? No, that's it, we're up and coming. We're not student comics. We're not student comics because we're up and coming. We're all doing gigs in and around Kent. Mind when I wipe the sweat out of my eye, don't worry. So yeah, we're up and coming. And this is our end of year showcase. So thank you all so much for coming. I promise we have sold it out. It might not look like it right now, but we have sold it out, unless the Gold website are fucking lying to us. Anyway, I need to make sure you guys are ready as well. Before I can bring any of my acts on, I have to make sure you guys are ready. So, can I hear you all stamp your feet, please? Right, that's average category, yeah? Because there should be double the amount of people, you need to be making double the amount of noise. Stamp your feet! Nice. Let me hear you clap your hands. You sound warmed up, Canterbury, I like to see it. Now your first act, amazing. And if it wasn't for our first act, we wouldn't have the name of our show today. So please, stamp your feet, clap your hands, and welcome to the stage for first act,
Hello everyone, I'm Evie. Yes, it's true, I'm claim to fame. I came up with that joke. And if there's one thing you guys must know about me, it's that I'm a human form of cooked spaghetti. So many of you know where this joke is going. In that I am extremely pale, extremely flexible, and I have zero sex appeal. Now, I've been reliably informed that because we have so many acts, there's a time limit. And I will get rugby tackled if I go over that time limit. So to retain any leftover dignity that I may or may not have, much like my boyfriend, I will not last more than 5 or 6 minutes. I'm so sorry to kick you when you're down. No, I'm not, it's a funny joke. Speaking of my boyfriend, I brought him home recently to the home back in Sheffield. Ooh, Sheffield. Yeah, you have to, you're from the north. Whereabouts in the north are you from?
Bradford, Yorkshire.
Bradford? Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah, it is a tough one. I'm so sorry. My condolences. Anyway, it went all right. Besides the fact he's scared of anything north of Milton Keynes. You know, he liked the parents tolerated him. That's a laugh of a man who knows. But there's one kind of problem with bringing your boyfriend home, and that is there's a bit of a cock block at my home. You know, he's always wanting to get in our room, getting in between us, lying on our beds, and that is Rishi Sunak. Oh, for context, Rishi Sunak is the name of my cat. Named so because they're both equally as useful in the Houses of Parliament. I love our government. Yeah, so I myself have 2 cats, and they are the sole source of all my trauma. You're looking at me, you're thinking, nose ring. Friend, she clearly cut herself. Daddy issues. And you'd be right. But I also have cat issues, and at least some interesting kinks in bed. Mostly I'm just intimidated by the doggy style. My sexual awakenings were also Nala from The Lion King. Tom from Tom and Jerry. Fucking hot for a cartoon cat. Who wooed? Who wooed?
Wait, I did.
Yeah, okay. He knows. And Garfield.
Yeah!
One of the only reasons I dated Ginger. Yeah, my cats also have nighttime attachment issues. As soon as I'm asleep, suddenly their £50 2-tier cashmere cat bed is not comfy enough. No, Canterbury. The only place that's acceptable to sleep is right on my tits. But if I throw them out, then suddenly I've awakened their inner demon and my carpet has to pay the price. My cats are also extremely fucking judgmental. More judgmental than me, which is saying something. I'll be coming down for breakfast and they'll be waiting by the back door, ready to get let out. And he looks at me in the eye and I just know what he's thinking. He's thinking, really? You're having another slice of toast? Interesting. And then he turns to look at my boyfriend and turns back to look at me, and he gives me a look which I can almost read his mind, and he's thinking, so you won't let me in the bed, but you will share a bed with a man who only lasted 3 minutes the first time.
At least he's improving!
At least he's improving?
What?
Oh God, I promise I'm not trying to break up with you. Yeah, honestly, I think at this point, for my sake and Roy's, a piranha might be a less stressful pet. I've been Evie Rostant, thank you very much.
Now, one thing I completely forgot to do, as your host, was interact with you guys, interact with you lovely people. Now, I thought I'd make it a lot easier for myself and get some conversation starters off the internet. So, you, sir, I'm going to pretend like I don't know you. What's your name? Where are you from?
Canterbury.
Perfect. Would you like a funny conversation starter or a general conversation starter?
Let's go with a general one.
General. Can you pick a number between 1 and 20 for me? 17. What is the most rewarding part of your career?
I don't have a career.
Could you pick another number between 1 and 20 for me?
14.
14. If you didn't have the job you have now, what would you do? Homeless. Now the last question I'm going to choose because, God damn it, Adam. Now, who is better at shitting, Amanda Heard or Elvis Presley?
I mean, Amber Heard's still alive, so I've got to give it to her.
Amber Heard, everyone! Do not worry, the conversation starters will be coming out again. Alright? So, someone just say, fuck's sake! Well, fuck it, I'm going to do another one now! So, you, what's your name? No, I'm not. I'm joking. No, I'm joking. So, do you enjoy your first act, sorry? Yeah. I know there's not a lot of you, Canterbury, but come on!
Yeah!
Anyway, stamp your feet! Clap your hands! And welcome the one and the only
fucking minutes. Hang on. You alright? You sure you're right? You don't look alright. I mean, you look right, you don't look well. I mean, you look well, but you... Hello, everybody. My name's Scott. You can call me Scott. Why not? I know what you're thinking. Mr. Bean's had a terrible car crash. That's just me. Thank you. I once heard that at a show before, and there's two people sitting there. Mr. Bean's had a terrible car crash. Well, thanks, Mum and Dad. But they told me, you'll never make it in life, Scott. How sad is that? You'll never make it in life. Aww. They're right, I haven't. They also said it's not about winning or losing, it's about taking part. But they didn't say that after World War II. Imagine this little German cat. We've got any Germans in today? Oh, God. No, it's not because you're German, I'm just saying. Just wait. Anyway, right, let's get the punchline again. About taking part, very laugh. Don't be patronising, come on. So imagine this little German kid comes out and goes, guys, I know we didn't win, I'm so glad we took part. Mum? Oh, she's gone along with the house. But I'm doing really well at uni. Oh, I spelled that wrong. I'm failing uni. But I want to do a little poem now. I might bring down the mood a little bit. I don't mean to, it's quite an emotional poem for me. I actually found in India. I didn't mean to go to India, I was trying to get Skegness. The M1 was shut. I've gone to India, this guy comes out and he's like, do you learn poetry? I thought, well, I'll go in then. I've got nothing else to do, I'm failing uni already. But he's like, yeah, so I want to bring down the mood a little bit. So this is a poem that means quite a lot to me. Sorry. And I do it every day. And I want to share it with you guys. So this poem is called Sniffing Glue. Well, if you're going to laugh, I won't do it then. I won't do it. If you're going to laugh, I'll do something else. I'll do something else. Think, oh, I've got a date. Yay! I've got a date. Yay! A date for my court hearing. Do you ever think, like, in courts, or has anyone seen a Netflix documentary about Jimmy Savile? Yeah. Got any paedophiles in tonight? Just checking. But do you think, like, in court, they're like, do you think criminals are more afraid of getting a Netflix documentary about them than an actual criminal sentence? Imagine the judge is like, oh, so you've just murdered about 15 people. You've got 12 years. Oh, that's a bit light, actually. You've got 50 years. And he's like, oh, that's all right, 50 years. Oh, and Louis Theroux's coming to interview you. Not Louis Theroux. But I've been actually really inspired. Oh, right, here's my poem. Sniffing Glue. Sniffing Glue. I forgot it. Right, anyway, so I've been really inspired by like mafia films. Has anyone watched The Godfather? Yeah. Godfather 2? Yeah. Godfather 3? Alvin and the Chipmunks? And I've been really inspired by these films. You know, like in the films they go, you know, I'll give you 10 grand, just put it under the carpet. Here's 5 grand, keep a bit silent. So I thought I'd try this. I went down to Sainsbury's. And I thought, I was grabbing everything off the shelves, you know, stuff I don't even need, you know, like, I don't know, because I don't need it. But I picked it off anyway. And I put it down. I put down my 129 items. It came out to £150. So I went, here's a tenner. Keep it under the rug. Between me and you, Susan. Between me and you. So I got 4 years for that. Right, sniffing glue. Sniffing glue. I can't actually remember it. I can't remember it. Oh. Glue. When I sniff you, why do I turn blue? And that's all I've got today. Thank you very much, everyone.
Now, I've noticed something recently, Canterbury. Why is it the more middle names you have, the posher you are? No, just me? Okay. Well, this observation came from the recent Porngate scandal. I don't know if you've heard about it. It's where Tory MP Neil Parish, or should I say former Tory MP Neil Parish, got caught watching porn in the House of Commons. Now, obviously, great place to watch porn. Now, I did a bit of research on him and I found out that his real name is Neil Quentin Gordon Parish. What a fucking Tory name is that? The only thing that's whiter than that name is the spunk that came out of his cock while he's watching the porn. Oh, don't fucking know that, Canterbury. Jesus Christ. The only person who has a more Tory name than that is our fucking Prime Minister, Alexander Boris Piffle Johnson. Right? I only have one middle name. I feel like fucking scum of the earth, Canterbury. I feel like I'm a little bit shit on their shoe. My granddad, he didn't have a nickname. It was just Sam Redding. Absolutely. So sorry?
I said so sad, but so sorry will work. They won't do it work.
Sam Redding! Right, absolute geezer. He was an absolute fucking nutter, Canterbury. Right? That's where I get all my geezerisms from. It's an actual word. Right? Don't look at me confused. Geezerisms is a word, alright? I haven't just made it up. Now, you're probably thinking, what are your geezerisms, Daniel? Well, all you have to do is listen to me talk. Bit of a geezer. Also, all you have to do is see me walking down Canterbury High Street. Now, I'm just going to do a brief demonstration of how I walk down Canterbury High Street. Absolute geezer. Got it from Sam, Big Sam. Now, I've been informed that our next act only has one middle name too. So absolute scum like me. And I say that, but his middle name's quite posh. It's Marsden. Marsden. And mine is George. Brilliant. Very white name, Daniel George Lambert, isn't it? Typical Christian parents, fuck it up. Right, okay, are you ready for your next act? Yeah. Stamp your feet! Clap your hands! And welcome Alasdair Stewart!
Thank you. I promise you, I'm really not that posh. Right, how's everyone doing?
Hey.
Yeah? Good, everyone's as depressed as me. Alright, I've got a little story for you tonight. I recently went to Australia for the Easter break. I felt very lucky to see my family. The issue is, I was also very unlucky in that I only had 6 days to prepare. So, normally I like to take about a month to prepare for my flights. It takes me about a week to prepare to go to Aldi. But the thing is, it genuinely was a discovery that I was going to Australia. I was sleeping in, and I was woken up by my mother calling me. So naturally I ignored her and tried to go back to sleep. Except she called again, so this time I felt obliged to pick up. And this is how she opened to me. Alasdair, you're going to Australia, your nan's dying, I've got you a flight next week.
Sorry, what?
And that kick-started the most hectic week of my life. So obviously the first thing to do when you're going to Australia is you've got to prepare your documents, because Australian Border Patrol is very strict. They won't let a kangaroo holding a Vegemite sandwich with a wombat in its pouch through unless it has the correct ID. It makes it very good that I have an Australian passport. I'm a dual citizen. Maybe I am a bit posh. But yeah, that, helps you get through. So 5 days before I was supposed to go, I find my passport and I find out it expired 3 years ago. So normally, what a smart person would do would be to go to the embassy and say, can you help me please? But nah, I Google it instead. The embassy would have just given me an emergency passport. I would have made it through alright. But Google told me to get a visa. So I applied for a visa, but literally hours before my flight, it was rejected, because Australia don't tend to give visas to their own citizens. Who would have thought? So I get to the airport and I'm going there without any valid method of getting through to the country. I have my valid but visaless UK passport, and I have my expired Australian passport. So I get to the check-in, and they tell me they have to call the Australian Border Patrol, and while they're doing that, I'm literally on my knees going, "Please, my nan's dying." It was very tragic. So after a lot of begging, the Australian border gives me the go-ahead, and I make my way onto the plane. But just to add insult to injury, the airline has decided to place me next to the toilets for the entire 24-hour flight. And that's not a lot of people's routines. But yeah, eventually I make it to Australia. It's alright. I go to border control and I hand the officer both my passports. At this point though, I am shitting bricks large enough to build a house with, and my anxiety is trying to force my body to shut down a little bit like it is right now. But yeah, no, the guy he looks at my British passport, he looks down at it, he looks back up at me, yep, that's all fine. He opens my Australian passport, he looks down at it, he looks up at me. And he says, I kid you not, "Dear oh dear, we are in trouble, aren't we?" And I immediately am just on my knees begging him, "Please, my nan is dying, I've got to get through." But in my mind, I'm thinking, they're going to deport me along with that kangaroo. At least that guy had a sandwich. But thankfully, they didn't deport me. After running some extra checks, they let me through. But they did, you know, they gave me the eye, and I'm like, "Don't make any trouble, you fuck." But yeah, no, so I get through. I'm just trying to leave all of the stress behind me, and I'm focused on seeing my grandmother, you know, my perennially ill grandmother. I get to the nursing home, and I am fully expecting her to be lying in her bed, hooked up to about 15 different machines and like touching the pearly gates. But she's fine. In fact, she's great. The woman is 90, and the only difference between this visit and my last visit is that she has a Zimmer frame. A fucking Zimmer frame. I always try to find a message in the stories of my life. This one was very hard, but I think what I've learned is I'm never going to trust my fucking mother again. Thank you very much.
For Alasdair Stewart! Now, I've got to mention Canterbury. That was actually Alasdair's first ever stand-up gig. So please, give it up for Alasdair. Now, one thing that's really amazing is that
as you can see, I injured one of my 3 legs. Yeah, I actually sprained my ankle. Yeah, that's it right there. And judging from your faces, I can tell your first reaction was like mine. Voluptuous, curvaceous, damn right, sexy, right? So yeah, I injured my ankle. I was actually told not to put any weight on it and was advised to use a wheelchair for the first 2 days, but I didn't think it would make much sense performing a stand-up gig in a wheelchair. Yeah. Right there. Right there, you could tell the difference between the people averaging a 2-1 and a 2-2. So yeah, I injured my ankle, and there were a few benefits actually. For example, People allow me to cut in front of them in lines. When I spend too long looking for stuff, the bus driver just allows me, go in. And evangelists don't stop me on the road anymore, so that's a good thing. However, when I tell people that it's because I sprained it, there seems to be this disdain that they have for me after that, because everyone expects that if you're on crutches, your ankle is broken. But that's just not true, is it, right? You could be on crutches for any reason. And so people started treating me differently. It only took a day before my girlfriend said I was back on top. And I feel like conversations with people, usually they go like this. So I say, oh yeah, I'm on crutches, I injured my ankle. And they're like, oh, sorry, what happened? And then I'm like, I sprained it. And they're like, you just sprained your ankle. That's the only reason you're in crutches. And they walk away, and like the worst Tinder date possible, I have to save my pride, right? So I have to go, hey. Yeah, I know it's injured, but it might not look like it, but I promise it's much bigger in the picture, right? Like look, it's massive. Just give me a chance, okay? I can show you. I can whip it out right now. Yeah. So obviously I don't need those. That's all I planned for. So I'm going to spend the remaining 3 minutes or so just talking about current affairs. How many of you have kept up with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard court case? Yeah. Similar to Amber Heard, I have a lot of experience shitting, right? So I actually take this very seriously. So I don't appreciate laughs here. I have had constipation and diarrhea multiple times. Yes, there's a hole in my trousers right now, but don't try to take a peek. But yeah, anyways, I've had constipation and diarrhea multiple times. I don't know if you guys have been in a position where you've been bent over on all fours, hands on the floor, a tear rolling down your cheek. And not your first anal experience, I'm just talking about what happens on the toilet right now. Yeah, sometimes it even gets to the point where you have to take off your top, your bottoms as well, again, not your first anal experience. And after experiencing that multiple times, you gain a certain confidence when on the toilet, for example. So I think I graduated from stage 1 of using a public toilet of being interrupted, which is where they knock on the door and you say nothing. Right? I think that's where most people are. That and stage 2, which is where you just say, occupied in a minute, for in a high-pitched voice for no reason, right? Then stage 3, where you aggressively knock back. But I recently graduated to the next stage of that, right? That is stage 4, which is where you tell them to get the fuck out, right? Because there is a 6-incher leaving my ass right now. Again, not your first anal experience. I am not your first anal experience. I am sweating, and you can obviously tell there's someone in the toilet. Why are you knocking? Yeah, so that's shitting. Yeah, so I think it will be a smooth transition to talk about feminism, right? Yeah. So feminism.
David, you're running out of time.
Okay. I just want to say this. I fuck with feminism. If you're a feminist in the house, say yeah. And also, my advice, because obviously I'm a man, so I feel like I need to explain this to women, right? If you're a feminist, this is the prime time to take control, right? Because in the past, you guys were smart with men hunting and you guys gathering fruit. Yeah, we know why you did that. But now, You have men like Daniel on stage, PowerPoint Tom, Olly Double. Anyways, I've been gestured to get off the stage, so I've been Black David, Negro David. Sing it!
Give it up for Mike David! It's now going to be called 6.5 Minute David. Cheers, I'm not going to fuck about and do anything. Let's stamp your feet, clap your hands for your next up. Come on, Casey! Let's hear you! Let's hear you! It's the one, the only,
Thank you very much, thank you very much. Cheers, David, for taking up my time by talking about shitting. I'll address the elephant in the room. How am I single? That was an R. Oh, yeah, my name's Graydon, and unlike these other comedians, I'm an intellect. Yeah! Let's hear it, yeah, for Graydon the intellect! Yeah! My fragile ego. So, because I'm an intellect, I'm going to do some Shakespeare jokes. Who likes Shakespeare? Woo! Don't lie. You're here to see comedy. If you like Shakespeare, you'll be in a library. There's no good way to get into this, so, I got into an argument the other day with 3 Italian men. One of them was a merchant from Venice. Hey! What you love to hear as a stand-up comedian is a way. Like a drunken mob. The other 2 were 2 gentlemen from Verona. Hey! It's downhill from here. We were arguing about A Christmas Story, or you could call it A Winter's Tale. Hey! Don't weigh at that. How many of you have actually read A Winter's Tale?
Yeah, sure.
You shouldn't be proud of that. There's a weird correlation between people who have read A Winter's Tale. Hello, hiya. There's seats. There's a weird correlation between if you've read A Winter's Tale and if you've had sex. And I'll let you figure out what the correlation is.
Welcome back to the second half of the Music Badger! Please welcome back to the stage your host for the evening. He's still not Olly Double. Here's Niall Lambert! Right, let's address the elephant in the room. I was told 9:30 about the bar. It wasn't 9:30 with the bar, so I apologise. I apologise for that, but thank you for sticking round. I see some of you have moved back. Come on, come forward, Canterbury. We've got to make sure our acts feel loved tonight. Come on, move forward. Okay, maybe not then, that's fine, that's fine. Don't move forward. Just don't enjoy yourselves as much at the back. I'm not going to do too much because we're really on a tight schedule. But a little bit about me. I love Urban Dictionary. If you don't know what Urban Dictionary is, it's an online dictionary where people can upload various meanings to words or expressions. So I found a couple that I'm just going to share with you very, very quickly. Hopefully you will laugh. Right, no, skip that. The first one, French fry. Ooh, thanks Canterbury. Probably thinking, why are they talking about chips on Urban Dictionary? Let me tell you. French fry, a semen-filled condom, long and squishy, somewhat like a French fry. Urban Dictionary, ladies and gentlemen. Now the next one I found was, this is a guess at how to pronounce it, broobs. And this means your bro's boobs. And this isn't the example sentence, is, hey, bro, can I touch your boobs? And he goes, yeah, of course. However, they're broobs. Now, Owen and Tom, you look like bros. Brooby? Brooby? Sorry, Owen? Not in public. So I'll take that as a solid yes. Lovely stuff. Tom, you have a go?
Yeah.
Of course you do, cheeky fucker. Lovely stuff. Now the last one I want to share with you, if I can get it up. Some of you may have heard it, but if not, this is the last one I'll share with you. It's laughter. Now, laughter, surely there's nothing rude about that, right? When a smile has an orgasm. An orgasm, Canterbury. And again, in an example sentence, the group broke out into laughter when they orgasmed. Now, when I left my flat this evening, Canterbury, I didn't expect to be orgasming all evening. Did you guys expect to be orgasming tonight? Yes, okay. Whoa. I know you all saw a picture of David's feet, but calm down, Canterbury, all right? Jesus. Now, I'm going to be honest, I can't remember who the first person on this, so give me a second while I check the running order. This is bad. Wasting time, David. It's James. So, please, Canterbury, stamp your feet! Clap your hands, and welcome to the stage, the one, the only, Ent
Good evening, everyone. Have you all been enjoying the set so far? Yeah! Come on, have you all enjoyed the set so far? Yeah! Good, because it only goes downhill from here. So, I hail from the luscious, mythical, and beautiful land known as Somerset. Or at least, that's what I would say. Or at least that's what I would say if it wasn't a steaming pile of shit. There are only two ways you've ever actually heard of Somerset. You either love hot fuzz, Glastonbury Festival, or you actually live there. Now, I grew up in a small town, and when I say small town, I don't mean like Harlden, or Skegness, or Stoke Newington. I mean, growing up in my town, there were more cows than people. I came to Canterbury and I was like, what do you mean there's more than 7 of you? You know, some of us, we're still working on dial-up internet. I saw those e-scooters buzzing around and you might mock them, but to me, absolute genius. So, yeah, growing up, number of kids in my area, there were about 3, including my siblings. We'd leave the town and the population would decrease by about 43%. So, the nearest town that was large to me was called Bridgewater, which is pretty apt considering they all have webbed feet there. They're so inbred in Somerset that my local MP is called David Warburton. Warburton. In fact, good old Dave has been in the news recently for his really strong conservative values, like voting for high-speed railway infrastructure, snorting coke, being a nonce, you know, the real Tory trio that you want to hear about. And I mean, the political scene in my area is very strong, because in good old Hewish Episcopi, we had some local council elections. We had a very diverse cast, just like the Stand-up Society. We had Robert Crumb, an old white man in a polo and jumper. Owen Harris, an old white man in a polo and jumper. But keeping the competition diverse, we had good old Barry, an old white man in a white polo but no jumper! I know. Unfortunately, my area didn't really accept him and he lost the election. Poor old Barry. Sorry if you're watching. But the best thing about Somerset that everyone agrees on is definitely the local lingo and slang. You know, we'd be like, morning, Paul. Right, you're where's you been to? Oh, it's down in the big old Garfield where we get Dempsey. So, I thought I'd run a little quiz with you all today and see, you know, how actually comprehensible is my local language. I was just wondering, what's your name, sir? Adam. You right, Dave? I was just wondering, when I say go, what do you think I mean? I have no fucking idea. Go on, you better speak if you get it. Goat. No, goat actually means big, which we often use alongside girt, big, which kind of defeats the purpose of the word. However, we love doing it. Now, you there, what's your name?
Kaylee.
Kaylee, nice to meet you. What do you think that doopsie means? Come on, you got a sweet. You got a sweet. Come on.
Very, like, airhead.
Fucking hell. Do you not understand me or something? You know, I think I'm making pretty good sense here, Canterbury. Really? Alright then. Okay, alright. What do you think wizard means? Wizard! Come on, everyone! Any guesses? No? Really? You know, just because you think that maybe, you know, I don't always sound like them, you know, I'm a good conversational, have you know. You know, my mum may have been born in Devon. So my dad may have been born in Kent. They may have met in Huddersfield. But I'll have you know, I am born and bred in Devon. Shit.
I've been Ent James, and thank you very much for coming along.
Give it up for Ent James! Now, to keep things rolling in Canterbury, I'm going to bring your next act on. He is a UKC Stand-up Comedy Society legend. He is so much of a legend, in fact, that he is our current president. So please, make sure you make him welcome. Make sure you... Installing Ross, everyone!
Hello! Very quickly before I start, don't start the time yet. I just want to thank the rest of the committee, Niall and Dan, for everything that they do, and I want to thank the rest of the Stand-up Society and everything. Can you start the time now, please? Cool. So I'm autistic, and I'm more than aware that when you mention autism on stage, audiences get awkward. So if you do feel awkward at any point during my sets, fuck you. Also, if at any point during my set I make too much eye contact, or I show too much emotion or empathy, or I give off too much of a confident presence on stage, please, please, please stop me. I'd like to keep my benefits. So more on being autistic. I joke about it, but it is difficult. One of the first signs I ever displayed was a speech delay. Took me a while, but I did overcome it. I think. So more on being autistic. It causes anxiety, and what does anxiety cause? Irritable bowel syndrome. But people go on about the downsides of IBS. At the very least, it does keep you looking svelte. Don't worry that for God's sake. Buy me dinner first. But it does give you IBS, and people say to me like, "Oh, what's your secret, Ross? Is it Weight Watchers? No. Juicing? That does give you IBS. But no. The crack pipe? No. We do not condone the use of drugs at the Stand-up Society, disclaimer. What's your secret then, Ross? What's my secret to my smeltness? Exam stress and deadlines! Some more on being autistic. I've always had a problem with loud noise, I can't stand it. Do we remember the Sillet Bang adverts? Do you remember the guy would come on? And he'd go, "Hi, my name's Barry Scott!" What the fucking hell was he on? Crack pipe. This is a cleaning product. Instead of cleaning toilets, you know what he should have been cleaning? His fucking ears. This is genuinely true, right? I used to have a recurring nightmare about that advert. I'd be like in bed, ready for a bedtime story. Barry Scott would sit down, his bedtime story, and he'd be like, "Once upon a time, I was the most annoying nerd on TV! Bang, and your hearing's gone!" So more on being autistic. I've always had a problem with small talk. And I was in K-Bar the other night with my girlfriend and a couple of good friends. And they're here tonight, and one of them turned to me and he went, "Do some small talk, Ross." And I'm like, "Chlamydia?" Went down well. And finally, ladies and gents, a little bit more on being autistic. I mentioned earlier about if you feel awkward during my sex. I thrive off awkwardness. I embrace it now. And what's more awkward than an autistic comedian coming on and telling jokes? An autistic comedian coming on and telling dad jokes. Just a few before I end. Right. So I'm the brother of Tom Hiddleston. For real? Genuinely. I don't tell many people because I'm keeping it low-key. Keep the awkwardness coming. I fucking wake up for it. What would President Joe Biden say if he was forced to leave office? Biden. Keep the awkwardness coming. Oh, there's no light there. Finally, what's the hardest part about being a vegan? Keeping it to yourself. That one wasn't a joke. I'm Sterling Ross. Do we feel awkward? Yes. My job as an autistic is done. Thank you. Good night.
Give it up for Sterling Ross! Now this next act, I'm so fucking excited about. We've got Tom fucking Jones. The Tom Jones. The Tom Jones Adam. He's going to do... Adam doesn't care. Brilliant. So I decided to write this little intro for him, because he's Tom Legends, he's a joke, right? What did I just say? Something else? Tom Jones. Tom Jones. Tom Jones. Tom Jones. So this is what I wrote about him. Now, your next act, Amusing Badger, what can I say about your next act? Apart from the fact that it's not unusual to be loved by anyone. It's not unusual to have fun with anyone. And you will be loved by him, and you will have fun with him, because my Delilah. That's the second one. You will be shouting, "What's new, pussycat?" Whoa, whoa. And if you ask me, he's a bit of a sex bomb. Now, they were Tom Jones jokes. Okay, so we didn't like the Tom Jones jokes. That's brilliant. But, I tell you what, why don't I just bring Tom Jones on? Yeah? Shall I bring the legend that is Tom Jones on? Why aren't you excited? We've got Tom Jones doing stand-up comedy. Please welcome to the stage category, the legend that is Tom Jones!
Sorry, has there been a mix-up? I was told, yeah, there was an email for Tom Jones for the stand-up. Oh, should I can fill in if you guys want, I think. Yeah. I've just got this bag and this book here for no reason. I can do something. Hi, yeah, I'm Tom Jones. I did try and write some jokes, some Tom Jones puns, but I was told 5 minutes before we started this, it's like, no, don't worry, Tom, we've got all these jokes for you. It's like, oh, thank God. Now I can go with my real original jokes, that are even worse. But I'm Tom Jones, as I'll keep saying. And I'm bi. I love that I got a louder applause. Maybe just like bi men more, I guess, I don't know. But I'm bi. I've been out now for about 4 years, coming up 4 years. I know this is very controversial to say, because it is outside of Pride Month. I am legally on thin ice talking about my sexuality. The cops are outside, you know, I'm going to be quick. But yeah, I've been out for about 4 years now, and it's been interesting looking back, you know, because things change when you come out. There's the standard things. The government gives you they give you a rainbow tote bag. And what also happens is the BBC call you, and they ask if you want to do live at the Apollo. Unfortunately, I didn't get a call, because they didn't have a quota for bi people at that point. And if that's not biphobia, I don't know what is. But it was interesting though, but things did actually change in my life, you know. I found, because I was in sixth form when I came out, that all the straight guys did begin to treat me slightly differently. Because they were slightly concerned that I would be into them. I don't know why. You know, the rugby lads sitting there in the common room, sweating in their PE kits, glugging their milk, is not the most attractive of image, as you can imagine. But it was interesting, because I realised it was a bit of a change in power dynamic, right? Because, like, once I feared the rugby lads, but now I can make them uncomfortable by making them think I'm into them. You know, the tables have turned, you rugby bastards. Now you fear me! It was a power trip for 17-year-old me, guys, I tell you. But no, I think my friends were all very accepting. There wasn't a change in power dynamic there. Most of my friends were already out, they were already gay, so they were all very accepting of me. And one of my best friends did say, to be honest, Tom, when we all first met you at Start Sixth Form, we were all convinced you were gay. Which is not surprising, because even when I'm not, you know, wearing as much gay shit as humanly possible, I am very visibly queer, strangely enough. But it did make me think. I wasn't out, but they knew. They knew. So, gaydar is a thing. This was my only conclusion, right? They could sense some kind of gay force that I was giving off, some gay scent, spirit, whatever you want to call it. And they never fucking told me. Like, why wouldn't you say? I spent an entire fucking year insisting that I was straight. It was a whole existential crisis. You guys could have just said, and it would have helped so much. And then that got me thinking even more. What if they can't say? Right, what if, just on a whim, there's some kind of like oath that you've got to take when you're gay? You get power of the gaydar, you can sense the other gays, but you cannot tell anyone about it. And I did some digging, because, you know, I interrogated my friends. They wouldn't say anything about this. They were like, Tom, what the fuck are you on about? You're doing a stand-up set? That's not going to go well. Don't bring this into it. I ignored them. But I found a book. I don't know how many of you can see what it says. It's called The Queer Bible. And if there's ever a book that's going to have anything about the gaydar and the gay oath, I thought it would be the Queer Bible. It's the Bible! It's the fucking Bible! Turns out it's not about that. Turns out it's just a bunch of famous gay people talking about other gay icons that inspired them. Which I'm sure is lovely, but that's all I fucking wanted. I want answers, damn it! I don't need Elton John telling me about how much David Bowie helped him. I want answers about the gaydar. Will you help me answer or not? Because if not, you can fuck off. It's so hard being bi. We don't get gaydar. Like, I'm moving in with some new housemates next year. I recently found out they're all lesbians. I didn't fucking realise. I'm so blind. This is what bi people have to put up with. We get no gaydar. We get just biphobia everywhere. And what else do we get? I don't know. Finger guns? And severe back pain, apparently. Whoa, what upgrades we've got. But I will leave you with this. We do have one thing. So this is quite difficult to do with one hand. But we've got, by far, I don't know if I'm actually holding this up the right way, I'm probably not. We've got by far the best flag in the LGBTQ community. It's so fucking rad. And if anyone tells you otherwise, cut them out of their life. They're bigots, they're biphobes. And that's all you really need to hear from me. I've been Tom Jones. I've been the Tom Jones. Hey guys, I've been the Tom Jones. Tell your friends.
Give it up for Tom Jones! Tom fucking Jones. Legend. Now, we have come to the point in our evening where we have, unfortunately, our last diverse act of the show. So again, I have to feel incredibly awkward and incredibly white when I introduce him. This is fun. So, step your feet! Clap your hands! And welcome to the stage, Blaniel!
Some of you know me as the racist guy, which... hold on, that's from Boris Johnson's speech. Some of you know me as the dark guy. No, sorry, that's how some of you differentiate between me and Daniel. Oh, shut up. Some of you simply just know me, which means you can finally say I'm not racist because I have black friends. Shut up again. Okay, so for those of you that don't know me, a little bit about me. I'm African, which means my preferred mode of transport is a boat. Okay, let me just say something. If you didn't like that, it's a joke. Okay, well for you it's a joke, for me it's a memory, but anyways. Okay, settle down. I'm 19, I'm black, which means I get searched so much it makes Madeleine McCann jealous. Oh, it's not like she's here. Okay, I have to say something. That's not my punchline. Roy gave me that punchline, so give it up. Where was I? Oh, and I'm single. Actually, before I talk about me being single, I just want to say that my very, very, very good friend Brandon is here. Give it up for Brandon. Now, Brandon is here for only one reason. Not to watch me, oh no. No, I've made so many white friends that I feel like I'm becoming them. So, Brandon is here to make sure that I don't convert. And obviously, for historical reasons, we can't let another black man be captured by white people. Oh, shut up! So yes, I'm single. My choice. Just not my choice. My type on paper is Ariel, Calibri, or if I'm feeling kinky, Comic Sans. Here's how single I am. I'm so single, the last time I had a date was when I went into Alasdair and picked up the fruit. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, that feels like a stolen joke. And if it is a stolen joke, I'm sorry. Not because I stole it, but because I said it better than the person who originally said it. And also, why would I be sorry? I'm black, it's my nature to steal. Shut up! Right. Here's how single I am. I'm so single, I specifically reply to emails that say, do not reply. I've written a poem to demonstrate, just to further illustrate my condition, singulitis. Would you like to hear it? Yeah! You don't really have a choice, to be honest. Right. I'm so single, I can't do rhyming couplets. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. I'm so single, I can't do rhyming couplets. I don't know which reaction I prefer more. That one felt fake, and I don't like it. Just by shouting, who's in a relationship here? Brandon, I know you're in a relationship. I need you to shout. Who's in a relationship? I just want to say, I hope you all get heartbroken. I just feel like you don't deserve love. Life shouldn't be fair to you, and you just don't deserve to be in a relationship. And who's single here? All my schmingles. I hope you find love. I hope you have all the happiness the world can give you. I hope you find a relationship that you are so happy in. And then get heartbroken. You don't deserve love. As long as I'm in a relationship, no one deserves to be in a relationship. Here's how single I am. I'm so single, I'm doing a set about how single I am, just in case someone wants to fall in love with my humour. Now, there are actually two outcomes to this. Let me just get my phone. Not very professional of me, but okay. Outcome number one. If still single after joke is told, move on to next joke. Okay. Outcome two. Refer to outcome one. We both know there are no other outcomes. Shut up. Oh, I forgot how to end it. Alright, okay. Bye.
That actually, Tom Jones, that was actually his first time ever doing stand-up. So again, please give it up to Tom Jones. Now, we've come to that time of the evening where we only have 2 acts left. And it's even sadder because these 2 acts are actually going to be leaving us at the end of the year. They're both going on a year abroad. So, yeah, it's... No way! Okay, apparently we're loving the fact they're pissing off. Brilliant! Yeah, fuck you! So, yeah, and I've lost my train of thought. Well, I'm just going to shut up. And so please, stamp your feet, can't breathe. Clap your hands, can't breathe. For the Prize King, the Prize Singer, Roy
Clarke! Oh, stop it, you. Hi, Canterbury. My name's Roy Clarke. I love this society. I love it. I do. I really care about our society. I really care about diversity within our society. I'm trying to do a lot for our society, and you know, it's tough because apparently Daniel felt uncomfortable introducing me as Black Roy. What are you trying to say, Daniel? So I've got some shopping for you guys. I've done my shopping. I'll be honest, the first crop is kind of fucked up. As in I've lost part of it. So we've got this. We've also got this. It's a bag 3 lives. Sold out crowd, apparently. Sold out crowd. Love this. So we've also got whole milk. Hey. Whole milk. We've also got skinned milk. We've also got semi-skinned. You know, Adam, I didn't have paint. I went out and bought paint specifically. For this to exist, I used at least 100 millilitres of the world's paint. Because of this, humanity can create less art. We got urine. We've also got semi-detached milk.
This milk, here's that milk, last 3 minutes in bed. So my last girlfriend left me. Because apparently, after the act of making sweet, sweet love, it's not appropriate to ask for a what went well and an Evie Rostant. My style in bed is a lot like eating a McDonald's Happy Meal as an adult, in that it's not as big as you remember, not as satisfying as you remember, and the most fun bit is the toy. If you feel like weighing, guys, feel free to slap your knee and say whoopah. Thanks, guys. My girlfriend took me up to Sheffield to meet her family. I know I am still in one piece. Thank you for asking. And I actually met her dad, and her dad told me a really interesting piece of advice. He sat me down and he said, "Roy, dance like nobody's watching. Have sex as if I'm watching." Sold out crowd, sold out crowd. So, what else have we got in here? We've also got we've got ribs. We've also got spare rib. I didn't have cardboard. I had to go to Alasdair and ask if they had any spare. For this to exist, begging happens. Where else we got in there? Oh, we've got a fun one now. We've got a fun one. We've got long life milk. That's what the Queen drinks. I'm here all week. I'm here all week. We've also got 2% milk. 98% urine. For this next joke, actually, guys, I'm going to have to raise the stakes. Just been told I'm not here all week. Spare. Got a fun one. I'm from South East London. Fuck you. I'm from South East London. You nincompoop. You. I'm from South East London. I've been Black Roy. It's been Greenwich Mean Time.
Now, we've only got one act left for you, ladies and gents, boys and girls. Oh, yeah, indeed. But before I bring on your last act, I just want to let you know that we actually do a monthly comedy night down at the Mooring Café bar. Now, that usually sells out. I mean, you should get more laughs than that as well. So it'd be amazing to see as many of you coming along to that as possible. All of the guys you've seen tonight always come down and do some stand-up for you. So it'd be amazing to see as many as possible coming along to that. Now, yes, as I said, it is time for our final act. Now, this man is an absolute UKC Stand-up Comedy Society legend. He is currently our longest-serving member. Apparently that's not impressive. Oh, Niall, I'm sorry. So please contribute for the final time this evening. Stand beats! Clap your hands! And welcome to the stage,
The microphone came out. Fuck. Give me one second. I prefer for the microphone to be still. I don't move. I don't like moving. Moving's for alive people and for non-autistics. So I need to up my game. Everyone get ready. Everyone in the society always does like really cool shit. They do like prop comedy and character comedy and rules of three and being good comedians. I don't do any of that shit. I'm going to try it though. Get ready for the Niall Bultitude Comedy Spectacular! I don't have a graphic, but believe me, if I did, it'd be really fucking good. What order did I say then? Character or prop first? I think it was prop comedy first, right? Prop comedy. Let me try prop comedy. Roy just did some prop comedy. That was very good, right? Yeah. Have I got any props? I got my phone. That's a prop, right? Let me show you a sick meme. Sick memes. Oh, here's one. It says, when you get sick and live by yourself, but you've learned to survive on your own, and it's a picture of a mouse looking sad with some stuff. That's a sick meme, right?
Wait.
Prop comedy. I wish I had some more props to show you. Let me check my wallet. I might have something. I don't have anything prepared. All I've got is this. I got this printout of. Actually, it's a drawing I did of the sick meme. Gotta pass that around. So that was the prop comedy. Character comedy. Here's a character. Here's a really good character I just came up with. Ooh, look at me. I'm my brother, Josh. I'm a prick, and I want to be mentioned in my brother's stand-up sets. Look at me. I play guitar and shit. I'm 23. He is 23, right? Yeah, I'm 23 years old. So that was character comedy. The next part, that was rules of three. Rules of three. 1, 2... Shit! 1, 2, 3, 4... Fuck! Give me one more try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Fuck! If it was one more try, that would be a rule of three. Hang on, the whole point of this set is that I don't know rules of three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. I fucked it up. Being a good comedian. That was the fourth part I mentioned, right? Being a good comedian. Good comedians introduce themselves, right? I'm Niall. Hello. My likes include scrolling through my phone. I do stand-up, did you know that? I like The Shining. It's on my t-shirt and my shoes. My dislikes include... I don't like whitebait. Whitebait's not very good. You got any whitebait fans in? Yeah. Woo! Yeah. That's disappointing. My other dislikes are capitalism and non-autistic people and couples. Couples are shit. Yeah. I did a whole set about that. Check it out on YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, if you want to see us on YouTube, that is UKC Stand-up on YouTube. And also, I'm doing a little bit at the end where I plug all the socials. Can you believe that? We've also got Instagram and Twitter now. We didn't have Twitter before. We got Twitter now because I made Twitter earlier today because I'm that good at my job. Both of those are, can you guess?
UKC Stand-up.
Correct. You're a genius, Joe. I think I told you that last time we did a set.
Yeah.
There was one more. I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, that's my Instagram. That's at Here's Niall. There's 5 E's on the first one. The first E, that is. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit drunk. Give it up for Compere, Daniel Lambert.
Give it up for drunk Niall! I love it, I'm brilliant. Just admit defeat, yeah. I'm drunk. Can't call it, I'm drunk. I'm supposed to headline it, I'm drunk. I'm supposed to go last because I'm leaving, but I'm drunk. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That has been Amusing Badger. Now, I'm just gonna, because you have to do this as an MC, it's part of the job. I'm gonna read out all of the acts' names, so please, as I start reading them, please, where's the list? There's the list. Please clap your hands for the one, Evie! For Scott Fishenden! For Alasdair Stewart! For Graydon! For Graydon! For Blaniel! Ent James! For Tom Jones! First of all, thank you to Daniel, who's currently filming this. Hi, Daniel. Give it up for Tom, who's been taking photos all night. Give it up for my fiancé Josh, who's been timing us all so we don't run over. Thank George, our technician. And Nicky in the back, who's been our usher for this evening. And last but not least, give yourselves a round of applause. Canterbury, you've been amazing. I'm not going to keep you any longer. Get home safe. God bless you later. I've been Daniel. Bye-bye.